differently this year, unit to be successful? Asa, thanks for getting us started. One thing.
Try to participate as much as I can, but that's always up to you.
Right, but participation, you control what you can control, right? If you are going to participate, you have to do what's called pay attention. What's a good way to pay attention in class?
No phones, no.
Okay, no phones.
Yeah, good sleep.
Get good sleep the night before.
Yeah.
Asking questions. Asking questions is excellent. Because when you are asking questions, you are actively engaged in the discussion. Nice. What else? Has anyone ever heard of tracking the teacher? So let's see if we can figure out what tracking the teacher means. What does it mean when we are tracking the teacher?
Watching.
Braden.
Watching you when you walk.
You're watching me. If I'm over here, you're following me. If I go to the back, you follow me. For those people that are like staring off into the distance, and sometimes I'm like, yo, Will, you okay? Yeah, yeah. Right? And I was just using Will as an example. He has to stare off into the distance sometimes.
Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you get lost. And so if you find yourself getting lost, please, as quickly as possible, bring yourself back. I had a student in 9th grade that he was telling me when I was working at West High School. He said, I used to have a teacher that was so boring, what they would do is every once in a while pluck out a leg hair. And I'm like, you're plucking out your leg hairs? She's like, that's the only way that I can stay focused. Because they knew that once they were getting sleepy, they just like pinch themselves or pluck out one of their leg hairs in order to go ahead and kind of like refocus themselves on the task at hand. A little extreme. I taught at West. All right, so now that we've done that, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and look at our content objectives. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it. Today, students are going to learn that Earth has multiple systems and how they connect in various ways. Ooh, how are we going to do that today? I'll tell you. You're going to move through a working model of the interconnectedness of Earth's spheres. You're going to move through a model of Earth's spheres and see how they're interconnected. Okay, that's what we're going to be doing today. But first, we've got some housekeeping, Braden, that we are going to do. You picked up your table of contents. Please put your name at the top of your table of contents and your class period. Your table of contents at the top already says, ooh, it says Unit 5. It should be Unit 6. I apologize about that. Unit 6, Earth's cycles. Put your name and class period. And then under line 1, could you please write the word vocabulary? Because you have a vocabulary sheet. That's the first thing that's going to go in your unit packet. Good students become great students when we become organized. So number 1, vocabulary. Let's check out that vocabulary. Okay, so these are the different things we are going to be going through for this unit. As we talk about them in class, we're going to want you to come back and define the vocabulary. The first one is erosion, deposition, transpiration, photosynthesis, weathering, evaporation. Turn it over, please. Condensation, decomposition, and then we've got abiotic and biotic. So this is what's going to help us. This is going to be the words that we are going to be using, and we want you to be able to know them. By the end of this unit, we are hoping that you will be able to answer these questions. Explain how Earth is a system. So we're going to be working with lots of systems. We're hoping that you're going to figure out what a system is all about. Where does the energy come from that powers Earth systems? How do humans affect Earth systems? Now, in the very beginning of the year, we started with the Big Bang. Humans have nothing to do with that. Star formation, nothing to do with that. Planet formation, nothing to do with that. Earth's internal cycles, we don't have anything to do with it. Now we're starting to get into that human-planet interaction with this unit, and we're going to continue that relationship as we move forward throughout the year. And then the last one is, how does weathering, erosion, and deposition shape the Earth's surface? So we're going to look at how the surface of the Earth changes due to those things. Does anybody have any questions currently? Great, let's hop right into it because I want to make sure that you have as much time as possible to get your assignment started for after school today. When you please, as I'm passing this out, I don't want you to waste your time. Your time is valuable and I respect that. I do want to remind you, we have to go over the exams first. Let's go over those exams. If you still have your case study outstanding, I need that back. And we're going to have a quiz on spheres this Friday. Is anybody... What? Huh? What? Is anybody here today that wasn't here on Friday other than Alex? Okay, so then Alex, if you would like an opportunity for a retake, I need you at this moment to please step out in the hallway so that I can hand these back and people can look at them. And then Alex, I need you to come into Liberty Time today because that's when I'm doing my retake. Okay? Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and call you up. And then you're going to come and get your packet and everybody else's test, look them over, and then I need you to clip them back, please, and give them back to me. So I've got Braden, Rebecca, Billy, Cooper, and Logan. Here's yours. If you can please go to a table, check that out, clip those back, and then give them back to me. I got Kylie, Kendall, Peyton, and Rebel. Please take yours and check it out. Lauren, Maya, Zy, William B, Alex B. Alexis is not here. So anybody else? Here you go, Maya. I've got Asa, Ethan, and Kayla. So it's just the two of you. Go ahead and grab that and then come on down. William, do you want to see yours because you got a 40 out of 40? And then I've got Jose and Hassan and Justin. Here is yours, my darlings. Go ahead and check that out. Look at it as a group and then give that back to me. Those of you that are at home, it'll just take 2 minutes to do this, and then we will come on back together as a group. So you can fast forward through this part.
And then on this one, we got 20 wrong. Yeah, 20 wrong. And we got 23 wrong.
What's up? What's up?
We got 35 and 36. I got both of them. A, B, is
I guess you get to keep them. I'm staying.
So it's slow down and slow down. 35.
Finished, darling?
Yeah,
First of all, you should be on your phone. Class, please. That is my rule. Then make sure you tell your mom you can't talk right now because you're in class. However, you would love to be able to speak to them in between class or at lunch. Thanks. When you're done, please clip those together and then put them in right here in a pile. Thank you. I know, we're now about to say, Miss McGrain, I can't because I have another exam I'm supposed to be taking during the retake. I don't know what to tell you, I'm doing my retakes today.
No, I'm just gonna tell my other class that I'm gonna do it during our class period.
Fabulous.
Instead of the daytime.
Wonderful. All right, my darlings, if we could please give me my tests back, clipped together, I would greatly appreciate it as I gave you a paper clip. This one. Gentlemen, can I have my test back? Thank you. Thank you.
I forget.
All right, if you can hear me, clap one time. You're gonna hear me clap twice. We are now going to be taking a journey through the spheres.
Journey to the center of the earth.
Nope, not to the center of the earth. We're done with the center of the earth. Now we're going to look at the spheres of the earth. And so what I want you to do on your table of contents as I'm passing this out, write down, please, journey through the spheres. And I will give you some, and you'll take one, pass it down. I'll go ahead and collect them on the other side because, quite frankly, talking and counting is hard. So just take one, take one, please, and pass it down. Alex, can you take one of those and pass it down? Pass it. You're okay. You're okay. We're there to lift you up. You're good. Do I not have page numbers? Oh, sorry, darlings, I don't.
Yeah,
do I
where are
not
the
have
page
numbers?
numbers?
Sorry, I don't have page numbers. You can write them wherever you want. On my table of contents, I forgot to put page numbers on this one. Sorry.
Wait, so
Maybe
would
you can
this
write
be,
them next to
would
it.
this be page 1? Or would this be?
You can have this be 0 if you want, and this can be 1, and that can be 2. You make your own thing now if you want. If you want this to be 1, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You do you, whatever the way you want your own system to be. Here, you make your own numbering system, my dears. All right, we are taking a journey through the spheres. Kayla, am I still rolling? Great. All right, who would like to read the instructions for us on this one? Practice your reading, practice your public speaking. It's a good thing. Braden and Peyton, leave each other alone.
I didn't even say nothing.
Go ahead.
Alright. You are a human interacting with the different spheres of Earth. Begin at your first sphere station. Write that down in row 1 in the table below. Roll the dice and read the information card provided to determine what happens next. Then move to your new location.
All right, for example, let's imagine, don't write anything down yet, but let's imagine that I was starting at the hydrosphere station. Okay, this is the hydrosphere station. Let's imagine I'm starting there. I would write hydrosphere here. Then I would take a dice, and everybody's going on their own journey. My first hour class had a real hard time with this. You're going at your own journey. So everybody rolls a die. I got 1. What I would do then is I would look at what's going on at the hydrosphere station because I rolled a 1. It says you are drinking well water. So then what I would do is I would say drinking well water. And then I would just write hydro again, or hydrosphere. If you don't want to write down all of the sphere, just write hydro. So then I take the dice, and guess what I do with it? I roll it again. And now I've got number 3, and it says you are caught in a hurricane. Go to the atmosphere. So here I would write hydro, because that's where I was for my second round. I would say caught in hurricane, and then here I would write atmosphere. That's where I'm going. Then over here I'd write atmosphere, and when I get to the atmosphere station, I roll the dice again. I read what the card is telling me, write that down, and then I put down the next destination. How's that? Easy peasy? Okay, I am going to give us about 15 minutes on the clock and see what we can accomplish. I'll give us about 20 minutes. When do we get? No, you can't leave yet. You don't know where you're going. So I'm going to go ahead. We get out at 24 and 20 minutes up here.
Start somewhere. Write down what happened. It'll tell you
Okay,
somewhere to
so
go.
like at 15 after, I'm gonna call everybody and say, hey, how are we doing? Because I wanna show you what we're gonna be doing then for homework, okay? So we're just gonna be working on the front. Are we moving in groups?
No.
We're all on our own journey. So I'm gonna give you a number, and that number, I'm gonna tell you then what table you're starting at, okay? Okay, so you are number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If Billy comes back, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now here's the deal. Just because you're starting at station 3 does not mean you're traveling with the person at station 3. That's just where you're starting. My number 1 station is going to be hydrosphere over here at this table will be the first hydrosphere. I'm going to have half the group stay on this side. The other half of the group is going to be on the other side, okay? So number 1s are going to be hydrosphere, and I've got 2 dice, so that means that if there are multiple people over there, you can each roll your dice, and you're going to start here. Number 2 is going to go over to cryosphere over on table 7. Number 3 is going to go to atmosphere at table 6. Number 4 is going to go to geosphere behind William. Number 5 is going to go to biosphere. Number 5 and 6, actually, let's go ahead and have both of you start at biosphere. Number 7 is going to go to geosphere over here. Number 8 is going to go to atmosphere over here. 9 is going to go to cryosphere. And then this station over here is going to be our other hydrosphere with the dice. So that I've got half the group staying on this side and half the group staying on the other side. Notice I took away the stools back there because you don't need the stools. You're just going to be standing, writing, and moving. So when you are on this side of the room, you're going to stay on this side of the room. So if you are over at cryosphere and you roll, I don't know, go to atmosphere, you're not going to go to the atmosphere way over here. You're going to stay over on this side. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
So first things first, go to your stations on which side you're on. Write down where you're starting, roll the dice, and move accordingly.
60s are at biosphere.
What?
60s are at biosphere.
Yes. Yep, I've got 2 places at biosphere. For those of you that are at home, I will show you what the different stations information is so you can play this game at home. Here is the hydrosphere. So you decide where you're going to start. Just a second, I'll be right back with it. This is cryosphere. Just one second. There's atmosphere. Then you just have to keep staying where you are. This is geosphere. And last, this is biosphere. So if you're at home, go ahead and get a die and roll this out and play the game. For homework, I'm going to show you what you are going to do for homework tonight. If we look at the back of our sheet for homework, after you go through those spheres and you get a good idea about what they're all about, you're going to get your own definition for what is this, 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 and this, and write it down. Then you're going to look at what you had to do when you were in the cryosphere, what's it made of, and then which sphere from above is the cryosphere combined with. And then in the space below, I want you to create a concept. You're starting on table 1. Grab your spheres, and I'll tell you what we're doing. If you have cryosphere, and if you have like biosphere has a new puppy, you can write puppy, and then put an arrow to something so that you can say how they are connected in some way. We're making a web map. These are the nouns, the things, and the arrows are the processes of how they're connected. Okay, good luck.